going to be my April TBR, and I have all of the books right here. I was thinking if I even wanted to do a TBR this month, because I know like in the past of me doing TBRs, it's like something happens, I don't read all the books that I intended to read. But this month I decided that I need to make it a priority to get through my books I want to read and put myself first. So that is what I am doing. So let's just get started. A lot of these books are actually from my last book haul I just did, which is going to be my also like the last book haul for a while, because I want to get through all of the books I have that I haven't read yet, because my overall TBR is growing out of control and I can't deal. It doesn't fit on the bookshelf that I have, and I don't want to get like another bookshelf or a bigger bookshelf. I just want to get through the books that need to be read. So let's just get started. So the first book on my TBR is Lord of the Flies by William Golding. So I remember reading this book in high school, and when I saw it, I had to pick it up because I want to read it now that I am an adult. And like I said, when I read this in high school, that was years ago. So yes, when it comes to this book is actually about a group of boys who get deserted on a island, and to get by, they come up with rules and a sense of like organization until everything just goes wrong, which makes sense because, I mean, they're boys on an island with no supervision, and they're just gonna crack up anyway. So I remember reading this book back then, I remember liking it, but a lot has changed now. Maybe my views have changed on certain things. Maybe I didn't catch certain things back then that I can catch now. So yeah, I'm gonna read this over again, and I'll tell you guys what I think of it as a full-grown adult. So the next book is this one, and this is a James Patterson book. You guys know how I feel about James Patterson. I love them. They're great for when it comes to like an easy read, easy fast type of read. They're not complicated. They get, like if they're a suspense book, you get the suspense, you get the detective work, you get this, and it's simple. It's not so complex. So this one is James Patterson's Four Blind Mice. It's actually an Alex Cross type of story or series. It's more like a series. This is book 8 in the whole Alex Cross thing. And you guys know when it comes to books that I have that are farther in a story series, whatever, I'm not going to start from the beginning to catch up to get to this one. And that's another thing that what I like about James Patterson books when it comes to these. You can read like this one's book 8, and you can still get the concept and the aspect of the story instead of, you have to start from the beginning to understand what's going on. You don't have to do that. The last one I read from him was Haunted. James Patterson book Haunted. I think that was like book number 13 or something. It was like further in the series, but that's not an Alex Cross one. That is a Michael Bennett one, and I actually like Michael Bennett. I hope that's his name. When it comes to detective work. But this one is based on Alex Cross. Alex Cross is a Washington, D.C. police homicide detective, and he and his partner are basically set out to investigate a wrongful conviction and execution of a U.S. sergeant, U.S. Army sergeant. So that is what this book is about. I will tell you guys if I like it. Sometimes when it does come to these detective work, it can be so detective-y. And when it comes to me liking detective books, I'm like that, like iffy kind of one. Sometimes I can get bored. It all depends. Next book I have on my TBR is this one. So this is Scarlet from the Lunar Chronicles. This is book number 2. I want to say there's like 4 books in the Lunar Chronicles, but since this is book number 2, I will auto um listen to read book number 1, which is Cinder. So I will listen to that one and then read this one. So then basically I want to read the series since this is book number 2. Like if I do enjoy, I do want to like finish it. So I will listen to book number 1, Cinder. So Cinder is about Cinderella. It's like a loosely based fairy tale retelling. Basically, that's what the Lunar Chronicles is. So I will read Cinder, and then this is Scarlet, and Scarlet is, of course, loosely based on Little Red Riding Hood, and I like loosely based or based retellings of like fairy tales. I really enjoy that. So I should be enjoying this one. This is a kind of thick book, but I did notice that the texts are kind of like spread out, so they're not so bunched together. I don't know, when I look at this text, I think of like college ruled paper. Okay, so the next one is one I've been actually wanting to get to the movie, but I've been putting the movie off so much, but I don't understand why. Probably because I actually want to like have time set down and actually like watch it without any disturbances. But it's A Wrinkle in Time. I know a lot of people have already read this before, read it in the past type of thing. I actually didn't know about this A Wrinkle in Time type of book until the movie came out, and then I, like heard of the movie, and then it was a book. I had no freaking clue. Transported in time through space on an adventure to rescue the girl's dad, because the girl's dad is a gifted scientist and he is stuck in this like evil space force type of thing that they're gonna try to help him get out. That is what I think the concept of this book is. That's what I got. If I'm wrong, let me know. So yes, hopefully it can work out the way I want it to work out, because I really actually do want to film the video for me reading the book, me watch the movie, and my thoughts. The next book is this one, and this is I'm Telling the Truth But I'm Lying by Bassie Ickby. And so I've been trying to get to this book for a while now, but since this book is essays that the author has written based on her life and mental health, I have been putting it off, because during the time when I did receive this, because I did win this in a giveaway, and of course, the publishing sent it to me. I personally was not in the right mental health to be reading stories based on someone else's mental struggles. So I basically put it off, and now I'm going to attempt to read it and see how it goes. I have already started this book, and to say it is really, really good, I know from what I have already read. So I am going to get through it. It is, like I said, essays, but there are just interesting essays. Like the details and everything, you can really visualize the story. So yeah, I can't wait to finish this one. Okay, and then the last book is this one. So when I hauled this book, I really thought this book was going to be like a nonfiction type of story, based on the lady's life in the picture. I don't know why I got nonfiction life story about the city. Probably from the cover. But this was called Invisible City, and it says it's a novel by Julia Dahl. And this is far from what I was expecting, but not really. So this is giving me mystery with an urban fiction type of vibe. So this book is based on, of course, the woman in the picture. She's a journalist who's assigned a murder type of story investigation thing. So her deal is to write about this story about this woman who's basically been murdered. The only thing is the woman is a part of a I forgot what, it's basically a Jewish community in Brooklyn. I forgot what the name of it is, but you know, they're ones that are, I guess, highly religious, and you don't really know much about them. I personally don't know much about them. I can't even remember the name. Um, so basically she has to figure out, or she wants to figure out who, you know, murdered her, because I guess in their religion, they don't get an autopsy. They just get taken and buried. And without the autopsy, they can't, you know, investigate the murder of who murdered this woman. And basically, the killer basically gets to go free. So she feels very connected to the story since her mother is, well, her mother was part of that community. And she basically puts herself into the religion group, and to figure out what the people are about. From what since I have already started this book, and the interesting part is I'm still in the freaking first chapter, and I've gotten a lot from um, the story already, which is really, really good to me, I think, because it's not starting off slow when you're trying to figure out what's happening. It's like the boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm still in the first chapter, and I'm already knowing, like, what the heck is going on real quick. But yeah, that's basically what this book is about. And technically, you can figure that out in the first chapter, that those people have a lot of secrets. So that is my pile of books for my April TBR. And I'm actually really excited, probably more excited since I have already started some of them and it's looking bright. If you like this video, make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.